shit sound like Rob.
Only been a month and I done seen too many gone. Said that was your homie, is you gonna slide? Acting like you heard, I know it's a facade. Only been 2 days and I got a strap on me, yeah. Niggas pussy for the face, so I gotta clap on me, yeah. Gotta take them out cause they deserve it.
I'm Grace from Disgraced Weekly. I'm here with Rob, aka ThatShitSoundsLikeRob. Thank you for joining me today.
What's up, Grace? I'm glad to be here.
So Rob was so excited for the interview that he showed up a day early and camped out.
Heck yeah. I had my tent and everything, man. I was just chilling out there. Yep. Sometimes I'm hella too early to events.
Yeah, I got a call yesterday from you on Instagram at like 2 o'clock, and I was like, call, text always like ends up like, it works out. Like if I don't answer, like if it's urgent, you'll text me. So I saw your text right away, and I was like, oh shit, he's here. Yeah. And I replied.
As soon as you said that, I was like, wow, I'm not even living on the right day right now. And that happens to me frequently, and then I figure it out and readjust. It all panned out okay though.
How was your day other than that?
Really good. I just went over to the studio and I got some Call of Duty in because I had a little bit of a break because I obviously wasn't where I thought I was supposed to be. And then I got to sessions and then, got to doing my thing.
So would you rather have somebody come into the studio and they are really cool and nice, but they can't sing or rap for shit? Like, a lot of work, you can make them decent, but it's really bad. Okay. Or have somebody come in, they're guaranteed to make a hit, but they're an asshole.
I'll take the asshole. Because, I'm an asshole and I can be an asshole. And it's like, I'll take either. It doesn't matter to me. But I definitely enjoy making hits. And to be honest, like, the art of engineering, you don't need to like your engineer or any of it, like, for y'all to be able to make good music. Because I've made music with people, like great music with some people we just don't get along with. I don't get along with, like, type shit, or we don't get along. But like the music at the end of the day is just impeccable. So I don't mind either way. I like doing it both ways, but I definitely would probably say I'm just addicted to making hits. So I'll take the hit.
So you're the owner of Oak City Studio?
I am one of 3 owners, yes.
How did that start, and what was the original vision?
Oh yeah. Well, so we started off as Life Media Group, and that was not with either of the current co-owners, even though Jaguar, Beats by Jag, he was pretty much there from day one, like helping me set up the foam, everything. Had an old business partner, this, that, and the third, like, things happened, things didn't work out. We tried to do like a whole media company on top of it, and then he got into hemp and things got crazy and shit went south. And one day I just said, I want my studio, and that's all I want. I just like making music, and I really severed ties with the original Life Media. And then I had a feeling you were going to ask me this question. So the 5th month, which is what, May?
Yes. Yeah,
May of 2019. Me, Jaguar, and Prod by A, which is Jag and Adrian. They're Cloudy's original producers, is how they're best known in the city. But they started with me, and we turned it into Oak City Studio, and ever since then it's just been a studio. And the vision is just to help people make and push the bounds of what their artistic creativity is, like, really push them.
And anybody that doesn't know who he is or Oak City Studio, every song that I've heard with your tag on is fire.
I appreciate it.
I'm a fan of if I hear your tag on it, I know it's a good song.
Oh, yeah. 90% of the time, the only time you get my tag is if you get me to mix it. And to be honest, my mixes, I say 7 days, but to be honest, if I can't find the vibe, it's just going to take more time. And you only get the tag on the song if I truly fuck with it. If I can get down with it. So if I make a track, if you make a track hard enough in session, I'll put it on there just because I'm I gotta go wherever this one's going. Wherever the fuck this one's going, I'm going with it.
So you were mentioning last time I was talking to you that you used to sleep on the couch in Oak City.
Yeah. technically.
How was that?
It was it was wild times. It was like it was do whatever you got to do to keep it going, keep it open. I was blessed for like the first year of owning Oak City for my mom to live like right down the street, and then she moved like damn near an hour and 30 minutes away, whatever, towards where my grandmother lives. And then I was just like, shit, like I'm not making enough money off this to afford a place to live. Like, so I'm just going to sleep on this couch. And me and Jag Jag literally every week comes to town from Burlington, stays from Tuesday to Friday and goes back. And like, so he would come and he'd stay at the studio. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's literally just run and gun, do everything you need to do. So, I mean, it sucked for my back, like for real. But overall, it was just do what you need to do and get it done.
Yeah, I feel like it works out too.
Oh, it definitely
I think it's a spot.
Like, yeah, I mean, I personally like it got so busy that it was I'm glad that it got that busy after I found a place and was able to sustain life, because I would not have wanted to have to find a house and got busy, because like there's a point where you just can't live in a studio, like things are going on, because now we have 10 people there. Like, I'm freaking blessed to have a team of crazy dudes.
How did you originally get into engineering?
Originally I got into engineering. Cool story. I mean, I can ramble forever, so cut me off if I go too long. But literally, I was working at Food Lion, and I was in the middle of like my family saying, like, if you want any type of anything or any type of help to go to school, like, you're going right now. And I had just dropped out of Wake Tech for heavy equipment, and I went to like this school that's in Wakefield called Living Arts College. Met this guy at Food Lion. He's like, I go to this school right down the street. It's for music. Like, I'm over here freaking fixing aisles, and he tells me to go to this school. I went to this school, and I mean, I've loved music my whole life, but when I went to this school, it was the first time I ever used Pro Tools, first time I ever used like a DAW, first time I ever touched a microphone, like type shit. And then went there, and then I met Jag, and out front of that school with CZ, I met Claudio Nueve, and really that solidified really like, I mean, I had owned the studio for like a month and a half before I met him. And like, that was just like, his energy is crazy. Like, I mean, I'm sure you'll have a question about him, so I'm not gonna talk too much about him right now, but like, it's just, yeah, that solidified that this was what I was gonna do.
What all do you do?
I record, engineer, mix, master. I do produce here and there. Like, usually a lot of times it'll be like with another producer, like with Jag, with Adrian, with Mark, with Yant, with Rix, with whomever might, be making. I like to add my, taste. The reason I really don't make beats like that is because I hate moving slow in DAWs, and I still have yet to dedicate the time to learn FL. But really just helping people bring the best out of them that they can as an artist when they're trying to bring their passion to life, and help them break through that timidry boundary. Because a lot of people like suffer to find that true authentication, like that true authenticity in their music, and that's really just comes from breaking down those barriers of being uncomfortable, of being like this isn't a safe space. That's why my studio isn't like super perfect, because I want it to feel like a professional home studio.
It's cozy.
Like, I want it to feel more like a place where you come and you can be cozy, comfy, not like super everything's perfect, pristine, and it feels like, oh, I need to be so freaking like no, you're trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I love what you do because I don't fully understand it. And I want to, but it's just like, yeah, like you went to school for it. Yeah. So I feel like
I went to school for the engineering, like the technical, like plugging a mic in, getting phantom power, watching line level, getting all the way into the gain structure of like using a preamp compressor, multi-band compressors, like actual analog equipment. Like, I could run a 48 channel desk if I need to, but that's just like the school. Like, to me, my passion for music really comes out in like, the best I could describe is like, one day I aspire to be somewhat like Rick Rubin, or like DJ Khaled, I guess you'd say, somewhat, like, because he does And he has made the music in the past, but right now he's really like the man who really puts it all together. Like he gets in there when he needs to. But I mean, that's obviously long-term goals.
What kind of music were you listening to growing up?
Great question. Like growing up? Like,
I guess
do you have
just
an age range?
throughout life, what is the
I mean,
evolution of what you've been listening to?
The evolution of what I've been listening to, I'd probably say like most formative years, like biggest like musical inspirations are like Boston, Styx, like classic rock, like old like 70s and 80s like rock. Metallica is my favorite band on the face of the planet. I was just like front row at Nickelback. Like
I was going to ask you where you were because I saw you were at a concert.
It was Nickelback, which freaking A, man. Shout out Friends, getting you where you need to be. But yeah, like a lot of metal. I come from like, I'm trying to go see Avenged Sevenfold on Tuesday. Like I love metal, and a lot of what I listen to on my own time is either podcasts or metal rock like type stuff. I love hip hop, I love rap, and I've listened to it since I was like in high school. Like I walked to Lil Wayne. Like how do you not love rap when you walk to No Ceilings? It's just yeah. So I mean the evolution of music. I just like anything that makes you feel good. Like, I can like bluegrass. Like I've been to polkabrations. I've been to like bluegrass festivals. Like I could get down with anything as long as it feels good.
Yeah, I love that about music. Like as long as it, just sounds good and like kind of brings emotion out of you. I love that.
Yeah, it's most definitely like the universal language. Even if you don't speak the language, like listening to his like Spanish music, you may not understand what they're saying, but you can still feel it.
Yeah.
And vice versa, like them listening to it, like somebody who doesn't speak English, listening to an English song, as long as they can feel it.
Yeah, like I listen to Bad Bunny sometimes.
Oh, dude, all the time.
Yeah, you know when he's being sassy.
Dude, his mixes are so good. They're so freaking crispy. They're loud as hell, too.
He's so funny. Like, I just like some of the lyrics I know or that I'll look up. I'm like, he's funny. So, have you or would you work on a song that's metal or rock?
Oh yeah, I have, and I would love to work on like a metal album. I would love to work with a metal band who wants to like really like break it, because in metal music and like rock music, it's that low end that always suffers. Like there's not enough bass happening. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'd love to actually like be involved in like a full project, but I've mixed tracks for like rock bands, metal bands, to like online get jobs, services type things, but never like. I'd love to be in the studio with one, like doing it, for real.
Well, if anybody knows any bands, anybody that does rock, metal, hit him up.
Holla at me. Let me know if you need me.
Make it happen.
I'm here.
So, what's the story behind how you became That Shit Sounds Like Rob and the tag?
Damn. Yeah. I always forget the name of the song. But do you have any guesses on who it is? Or do you know?
I don't know.
Okay. I'm asking you questions. Okay. But no, it's YSB Eli.
Okay.
And he just said it at one of the beginning of the tracks, and Adrian was standing behind me, and he's like, "That's your tag." And I was like, okay, because I had some dumb like producer Rob like bullshit back then, and it was kind of cringy. but yeah, really, Eli just said it, and Adrian was like, "That's your tag," and then literally by the end of that session, Adrian was just like, "You should just change everything to that," and I did, and it was literally the best marketing move I've ever made. I mean, obviously it's vulgar and getting into like this whole AI bullshit and like dealing with like Twitch, and I am that sounds like Rob on Twitch, and like other, streaming services due to that type stuff. But it definitely was the best marketing move I've ever made, and there will be That Shit Sounds Like Rob merch coming this winter, unique to engineers too. So get your cops; they're gonna be pretty fire.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like, it just sounds like an awesome name, you know? Like,
thank you.
Some people, like, have, even, like, you know, rappers and producers, some of them had the same, you know, produced by,
Mixed
and that's
by.
just their name. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that for sure. And I mean, I personally love it the most too because it's always been a complete accident. I've had probably 20 or 30 people try to re-record it.
Really?
And it doesn't feel
not
the
the
same. It
same.
just doesn't feel the same. I'm sorry. No matter what.
I can't
Like,
do it again.
if it happens, it happens. One day it may happen, but as of right now, it ain't happening.
So you work with a lot of people. Who has been your favorites?
Great question. Obviously, Claudio Nueve would definitely be, yeah. Tusi, can't really go without saying him. I work with Hova Zion all the time. Freaking fire, super superb artist. Noah, he works like no one, like I know, like nobody's business. The man makes me, like, if anyone wants to know why I work so hard, it's because he could outwork me. Yeah. MPH is super fire. Love working with him. He's one of my newer artists, like type stuff that's been working with me. But we have some crazy stuff going on. I really can't wait till he decides to start releasing music because he ain't got nothing out yet.
He's been popping up for me.
Yeah.
I know we follow each other. But yeah, I don't know if I've heard any music by him.
Yeah, he doesn't have anything out yet.
Yeah.
But we're working on some crazy stuff, some really special stuff. He's taking his time, and that's another thing I'm trying to become more with artists is like really letting them know it's not no pride game. You don't need to go in there and spit 5 songs. If you go in there and spit 5 songs in an hour, they're all gonna be trash. You're not gonna walk away with anything. If you like theoretically, if you're trying to make $1 million off a record, you're trying to spend $60 to make that. That's like playing the lottery. That's like buying a lotto ticket. Like back in the day, like it would take 5, 6, 7 hours in a studio every day for weeks. Like Kanye just rented out the Mercedes Superdome for 31 days, which I'm pretty sure was $1 million a day.
Oh, I bet.
To mix an album. And I'm pretty sure it wasn't even done. So it's like, at what length do you take your artistry? So, and I mean, I'll also say there's another album that's coming out soon, December. No, I think, yeah, it's December. I believe it's December. Don't get me wrong, but OG Ace of Spade. He's a guy that I've worked with since, like, he's probably, honestly, one of my oldest clients that, like, still to this day, every day, running and gunning, going for his shit. Like, definitely. He hasn't put out much music in a while, but it's because we've been, like I was saying with MPH, is just trying to do it the right way. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'll be on the lookout for that.
Heck yeah.
So you kind of mentioned them. Is there anybody else that you've worked with that needs to get into the studio more? Well, you've mentioned people that actually are going into the studio, but they're not releasing. But yeah, people that need to get into the studio more.
Oh, you want me to put people on blast? I mean, really anyone who, like, it's like the gym. If you want to lift 400 pounds, how much do you have to go to the gym? Like, you can be a little 10 pound baby if you want to. Like, it's cool. Whatever you lift. That's cool. And I mean, really knowing yourself too. I really don't want to say names.
Okay.
But I mean,
you don't
I could say some old ass names. Like,
if you want
I mean,
to.
just to throw them out there because they're incredibly great artists. Castro Montega. If you don't get your ass in there and make a fucking album, ASAP, I swear. Woo! Yeah, him. I would really love to have 40 come do like a whole project with me, but you know, business is business and time is time, and we make shit happen, and he gets it done on his own. So at the end of the day, he can send me those tracks he owes me. Now you're definitely gonna send them to me, buddy.
You guys used to work together?
Oh yeah, I was very much so a part of the beginning. you know, when he was more bar oriented. I don't know how early like you listened to Tusi or not.
Honestly, it was
like,
when he started popping up. I started listening to him.
Yeah, like I was part of like Blessings, Label Me Diverse, like back when he was like 15. Like he was in the studio. I was doing some crazy shit, giving him some crazy fucking deals on studio time that I truly to this day don't even know if he actually knows about because it was with his manager, Johnny. Love you, Johnny. I'm sure you told him, but hey, it is what it is. Like you got to do what you got to do to like keep doors open. Like, you know what I mean? And guaranteed money is better than no money, the chance of money. But in hindsight, there are some things that I would definitely have done different. So it is what it is. I don't remember if I've ever actually like officially like said it, but like, bro just deserves it. And like, a lot of people switched up. I'm definitely not naming no fucking names.
Okay.
Because that's a laundry list. But like Tusi deserves it, and he like he only took like 2 months to talk his shit, and then he stepped away from all of it. And it's like, I don't know if I've ever on like a public forum. I think I might have said something somewhere else, but it ain't getting nowhere. So I believe in you, though.
Oh, thank you.
But yeah, it's just the fact that there was a lot going on. And like me personally, I always believed in bro. Like, and I did some crazy shit to freaking, when you need to get shit, when you need to pay for a studio, you'll do damn near anything to keep it open. And it got in the way. So like at the end of the day, bro, life is life, but Tusi, you deserve that shit 100%. Go grab that shit, take it all the fucking way, and you are, as he is. Like, he's about to be on Rodway's tour. Like, that shit's about to, if you ain't out of here, you out of here. But yeah, I mean, the tea isn't too grand, but there was a lot of bullshit that happened, like, behind closed doors between certain large artists, or, I mean, what do you consider large now? Like, I mean, if you consider them large, he's fucking, whatever the word is, exponentially.
There's different tiers of large.
Exponentially. But it's like, yeah, like, I don't know. One day we'll meet again and we'll make a great album, maybe. We'll see. But, yeah.
So you used to work with Cloud a lot.
Yeah.
Do you have any stories or anything you want to share about him?
I mean, there's so many. Like, what do you want? Give me an idea.
Something that just shows his personality.
Something that shows his personality. All right, so the guy was afraid to get on stage. Not afraid, but like right before he'd go on, he'd just be nervous as fuck. Like just crazy nervous. And you'd literally almost have to shove the mic in his hand and throw him out there. But as soon as everybody went crazy, he just turned into Mr. Bull and like went crazy. So like, but just to like, his personality was so genuine. If you've seen a video of him or like actually, like, did you know him? Did you get to meet him? No? But like, he's just such a genuine human being, and it really, the whole reason I'm like I am, like if you look at videos of me prior to, I mean, him passing and like earlier on, like even the year after, like I'm very closed in, reserved, quiet. And I just, like the biggest thing I got from him was that there was two things you were going to do with Cloud and Wave. You were either going to love him or hate him. There wasn't much in between. And that's just because he was like completely unfiltered. Like, and talking about completely unfiltered, like how many people do you know really cut you? Like, you know what I mean? Like tell you the truth. Like maybe your best friends, but not many people walk around and truly give the world the truth. We live in a fake world. We live in such like a facade, like where everybody wants to say it's great. But bro, if your shit's shit, he's going to tell you it's shit. Or he's going to completely avoid the entire situation, which he was really good at too. But like, and to come down to that, like just a quick little cool story about it would be Pop My Shit. Like Pop My Shit was made in 15 minutes.
Was it?
Yes, it was made in 15 minutes. He literally heard the beat, and he looked at me, and he would do this all the time. He'd say, Rob, put the headphones on. And that literally means mute the whole room. like mute the speakers and shit, put my headphones on. So only me and him would hear what's going on. And he went, and there's like 15 people in the studio at this point. Like everybody, like Laleshka was there. I'm pretty sure, I want to say Zion was there. Jag, like Adrian, I'm not going to get into names on that one, but like he just went in there. He literally recorded the whole song in 15 minutes, walked out there, and the first time like anybody in that room heard the whole song was with him.
Oh,
and
wow.
like the energy of that room may get me through the next 12 to 15 to 40 to the rest of my life. Like it's just, it was so like, if you want to be the best artist you could ever be, and if you've ever listened to his music or you've ever wanted to be like him, just be the fuck you. Like whatever it is. Good, bad, ugly, indifferent. Don't give a fuck. Just be 100,000% genuine about it, and you'll have succeeded. Because people can see right through the bullshit. 1,000%.
I never met him. I've heard stories about him. I've heard people talk about him. It's never in negative light. Just seeing videos of him, you can even like tell like the kind of energy he brought.
Yeah, it was
he was a special
party.
person. Yeah,
it was always a party. It was always positive. It was always enlightening. Like, I mean, I'll be honest. There were dark times, but it won't like, you know what I mean? It won't nothing like, yeah. Everybody can be good and bad, but at the end of the day, the energy that man showed the world is just to be yourself 1,000%. And it's hard to do. It's really vulnerable. Like, you have to be extremely vulnerable. Like, the things that man, I can tell you not every line, every story of every line of every song. I guarantee you get Jag on here, you get Adrian on here, they will tell you every story to every line, and every goddamn one has a real, anything I've worked on, yeah, it's just real authentic, real vulnerable.
yeah. And not only he was like just a good person, but he was talented as fuck.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
And that came from that, like the uber genuinicity,
Just
and
being
not
himself. Yeah.
Like at the beginning, like you don't want to hear his first songs. Holy shit. like, I mean, he had the natural gift, but he also had the natural gift to check himself. I have 50 plus records that are incomplete, like that are just, and not just incomplete, like not a full hook, a hook in 3 lines, or like 3 lines, because he was the biggest one at like doing 3 fire lines and then just being like, this ain't it, Jack. Like, next beat. That's simple. Like, have self-criticism, self-critique, and it will make you great.
Do you have any life advice that you'd like to share?
Life advice. It's crazy you asked me that while I question my entire fucking life. I'm like going through my midlife crisis right now currently.
Something you've learned.
Something I've learned?
Or something you've wished that other people would know or
It's
learn.
just be yourself. Like, I hate to go right off of like extending off
it's
of what I was just saying,
it's
but
good.
it's really like, you will never get anywhere until you can be that. And artistically, it'll make you a menace. Obviously, there are other topics and subjects that can make you a good artist, such as like, if you don't know how to sing, learning how to sing, humble yourself, go to a vocal coach. You know what I mean? Your car needs to get its oil changed. You don't know how to do it. You take it to a fucking mechanic. Bada boom. Your fucking voice doesn't know how to sing, you just ride it, you make horrible songs until it all of a sudden does. That's gonna take much longer than just getting your, like going to see somebody. So just be authentically yourself, and check yourself. Like, be genuine. If you are not as talented as you want to be, 9 times out of 10, the people who aren't as talented as they want to be are good at the marketing side and not good at the creation side. And 9 times out of 10, the people that are good at the creation side aren't good at the marketing side. So it's like, the great creatives, if they're not got no emotion, it's because they're unwilling to work on the, back and forth. So it's a lot of like, check yourself and know what is your strength, what is your flaw. Like me, beat making is most definitely my flaw. And if I didn't own a whole studio and have rent, power, all that shit on my back, I would literally be taking every ounce of time I have learn how to make beats. But that's coming soon, sooner than you would believe. Actually, I may have an album coming.
Ooh, I was going to ask you about that. Yeah, tell us about that.
Oh, you already knew?
No, I didn't.
Did I leak it on my live?
I was just curious.
Yeah, I've decided that I'm finally gonna make an album. And it's just gonna be vibes. It's just gonna be. I don't know who's gonna be on it. I'm probably gonna make more than one. I'm probably gonna try to start making them regularly. But this one is probably gonna be on my birthday, January 14th of next year.
Okay.
Hopefully, given I get it done, I should be able to. I want it to be, I don't know. I don't know like track count or number, but I do know that it's going to be all produced with people that I work with. And they're going to be like, I want to do like beat making sessions. Like right now I've made, I think 2 records with Jag, 2 beats that I really fuck with and that I really want to work with. Think I might have one in the bank that I like with Adrian, but I think we're going to have to rehash or maybe like just do some new ones. But Adrian, Jag, Mark, Yent, like my whole team, I really want on the docket. I really need some Chris Parks beats. Damn, I didn't mention that kid. That kid is a menace. I don't know if you have any questions about him, but that's a story.
What do you have to say about him?
I mean, bro is literally a genius. Bro will be, yeah. He's a musical, like he's the perfect example of like what I say. Like not just be yourself, but like if you want it, go grab it. Like bro, literally his dad came in with him, I think he was 14. And they walked into the studio and said, my son likes to make beats on his phone. What should I do? And I literally looked at his dad and I said, get the kid a laptop. And he did. And then literally 2 years later, he came in and recorded 2 songs with me that he fully wrote, he had recorded and mixed them himself as well, but he produced the whole beat as well. Like, and these aren't like if you know his catalog, it's just friends. Like that's like it's just crazy that he comes like, yeah, and he soaks it up and goes for it. Like Chris Parks, stay on the lookout.
Yeah, I need to listen to more of his music. What I've heard so far, I'm very impressed. And every time I see him on stage too, but he
might have the key in the ignition. He might not. He ain't even cranked the car up yet. He's got some stuff coming. He plays mixes for me all the time. They make me sweat.
So, do you have a favorite song that you worked on?
Favorite song that I've worked on? Huh. That's a very weighted question.
Or songs?
I definitely have songs. But like, I have iconic songs in my journey, I guess. I made this song like a long time ago that I still love to this day. It's called Louis V. It's by Phoenix. It's a guy he was from Raleigh at the time. I believe he's moved since. That's one of the big ones. Pop My Shit is crazy up there. There's a song called Time that I made with this kid called August Canyo, who moved to Texas, I think, or somewhere other than here. And then like Rollywood Hills, like freaking that was like one of the most humbling moments of my career. Like I could have anyone judge my song, any artist, any musician, but like the ruler of the free world, that's what they call it, the president or whatever. You know what I mean? To like a record that you truly put into, like to be on his top 20, that's just.
Yeah, I'm gonna interview Les soon, so
yeah.
I'm gonna ask about that.
Les to this day holds my record, and I don't see anyone beating it. 18 songs in 2 hours. The entire Modern Day Activist record was recorded in 2 hours. 2 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest. My mixing has gotten way better since then. But the fact that the man, he literally did. He recorded that whole record in 2 hours. Dos más. With his mom in the back of the room. He was, I mean, we were all younger back then, obviously. But it was just, Les is high on that list. Zach, Marco, getting to work with all them, knowing Weston, like, Abby is crazy. Like, he taught me some stuff with the reprogramming of the auto-tune board. That is, yeah. Just being around that type of creativity, like that, the people that are willing to like look at something like, oh, that's a camera. We can shoot with that, but what else can we do with that? You know what I mean? Like that type of open-mindedness.
Do you prefer to be in the studio or at a concert?
Great question. Huh. Before Nickelback, I would have said in the studio. But going there has gotten me word on the street that Walnut Creek is looking for a new sound guy. So I might be getting a job. Nope. That doesn't mean that I won't be unattainable. I'll just be less attainable. But put your money where your mouth is and book me. I have a website, oakcitystudio.com.
oakcitystudio.com.
Hold on. Give me that question one more time.
Studio or concert?
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, really, if it wasn't like a large venue like that or a show that I'm doing, it's just like doing the shows with Noah and John, like doing the In the Fest shows. And then, I mean, I've done 2 shows myself. And to be honest, Noah, props to you, man. Love you, bro. I don't know how you do it. Like it's just so stressful.
There's a lot of work and moving parts.
Oh no, yeah. I mean, and the fact that he can put an entire festival together, deal with the city, the state, the freaking university, and then also get ready to perform and do his set, like bravo.
He does a lot.
Yeah, no, for real.
What is a DM that you hate to hear? Like, what's something that you've gotten in a DM that just annoys you?
Yo. Like, if you don't hit me up with something to do, or I'm not just sitting there looking to try to make money and I got time to have a bullshit conversation, you ain't gonna get an answer. Like, hit me up with your motion, with your motive. Like, my page is a business page. That shit sounds like Rob's a business page. You do not know my personal Instagram. My personal Instagram got less than 300 followers. You ain't gonna know it unless you know my legal, which, go ahead. I've said it before. But, like, really, just any type of blatant yo or, like,
hey.
Like, yeah, if you're not my friend, like, like if you're my friend, by all means. Love y'all. Y'all can keep doing whatever you want to do. But I'm not like, if you don't know me like that,
I don't know what it is.
Yeah. So it's like, it's a lot of that. And then knowing, like, how do you become my fan? You book with me, you work with me. Like, I don't do anything but work. I don't go to the club. I don't go to the bar. You're not going to find me there. You're just not. I go to my studio. Come book with me, work with me. Show me dedication, show me effort, show me that you got some motion, and I promise I'm gonna turn it around. If you got it, if you're an artist and you want it, come to me, show good faith, and I promise I will show that shit back. I ain't gonna tell anybody on this motherfucker how I do, because then everybody's gonna want this and that and that and this. But nah, you got motion, I have motion. Let's make motion together, bigger waves, make the ship sink. But we want the ship to float, so let's. I don't know if we're on the ship or we are the wave. It's one of the two.
Both. Yeah, no, I hate the yos and heys. I've been getting one, and it's like one person will send me hey, and then they hit me. They hit me from another account and say hey, and then they'll message my regular account and say hey. And I'm like,
we don't respond to hey.
No, I'm not responding to hey. Like, tell me what you want. Email me with a detailed thing or something. Just tell me what you want, and I'll reply if I want to. Most definitely.
I mean, you got to think. We are one people. Like, my artist folder on my hard drive has 1,576 names in it.
Yeah, you work with a lot of people, too.
And that's over 8 years. Like, that's over 8 years, and between multiple states, like, I move around. I get that. But just know, this ain't a joke. It ain't full time, baby. Hit me with the work.
So, what is something that you want people to know about you that we haven't talked about?
That for some reason, if I'm not on a stage or in front of a camera, I'm like really shy. You put a camera or like put me on a stage with a few drinks, baby, I'm gonna sing every word of Cloud songs. Yeah, that I'm just like, you know, I'm a human being trying to do this shit too, like every single day, and I deal with my mental. Like I keep it to myself a lot, but anybody who works with me enough has definitely gotten to see that I'm all around. I mean, me personally, like I don't know if it's a trigger word or whatever one of those words you're not supposed to say, but I'm unmedicated bipolar. I've been unmedicated bipolar for 15 years. Like I deal with the devil and I kick him out every time. I try. You know what I mean? Like, you just need to understand that it's a serotonin imbalance in your brain. So just be you. Like, if you know anything about me, like, I'm a normal dude. Like, I try to put on this persona or whatever they think you need to be for the internet, but whatever. Just be you. And I'm very attainable. I will say, if it's like sound check or like the beginning of the show, or if I'm running around, don't be offended if I just blow by you or don't recognize you, or because I'm very forgetful. But I remember faces.
See, I'm bad at names and sometimes faces too.
Okay.
Some people look
I agree
alike.
with that one. But sometimes faces. Not all the time faces. Most of the time we're good. But the names?
The names, it'll take me a while, and I won't say your name. I'll recognize you and say, hey, but like I'm not saying your name.
I shouldn't out my code word, but my God. It's terrible, but trust me. You know, at the end of the day, you won't remember names, you won't remember places, you won't remember things, but you'll remember how people made you feel. That's it.
Very true, very true. Let's see. What would you say your perfect day is?
My perfect day would be me following my schedule. But I don't know. My realistic perfect day would be like waking up like 8 o'clock, go for a little jog, get a little fitness in, come back, take a shower, get dressed, play like a little Call of Duty, get some W's, you know, then head to the studio, do my morning cleaning, you know, get the place shaped up. I literally was vacuuming the carpet before I got here. The Persian, gotta keep it clean.
Yeah.
And then like just getting into work, getting into sessions, and then just doing that for the rest of the day. That's obviously my ideal work day, but like my ideal day would probably be like I really just like to go hiking. Like I want to I haven't done it in a really long time. I honestly, it's a big problem with me. I don't spend enough time on myself. Not at all. Like actually none really, other than Call of Duty. Lively Pancake 12, come get it with me. I promise you. I have a win-loss ratio, not a kill-death ratio.
But yeah, the sound of like Call of Duty and those types of games, I can't stand. Like
Really?
Like
too much going on.
It makes my brain feel like it's going crazy.
Yeah,
like,
it's a lot going on.
It does something to me. It's like sensory, like that. I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna like panic and like I don't know what to do.
It is. I mean,
he has to turn it down. Like I can't do that shit.
Like theoretically, that is what our mind is designed to go into if we were
hearing that. Yeah.
So that's
very true.
Not a bad thing. I personally though, like I don't want to say like, I mean, I have a airsoft course in my backyard, and like I love guns. I guess I don't want to sound crazy or anything like that. It's my other hobby, but like gun safety is very important.
Yes.
Very important. Safety.
We promote gun safety here.
Yes, gun safety. Know how to use your guns safely. Yeah, and don't keep it in your pocket. Gosh, waistband.
Yeah. Have you been hearing, like, didn't something happen at UNC like 2 times within the last few weeks? Yeah.
There was an actual shooting where one dude killed a professor or whatever, and then the other
And then
one
someone pointed a gun at somebody the other day.
it was at the student lounge or something.
Yeah.
Crazy. I don't understand. Like, what are the odds? Twice in one like week, or it was almost a week.
That's terrifying for them.
Was it more than a week? I can't even remember.
It was literally within like 2 weeks. Yeah.
And that comes down to like, that's. I don't know. I believe we should be more like Switzerland when it comes to guns, and everybody should have a moment in time. Whether I know it sounds crazy to put it in high school, but you should have a place to go in your senior year off campus to learn what the fuck a death machine is. And honestly, it should be in middle school, because the fact that kids like 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds, and 6-year-olds are playing Call of Duty really is like,
and they don't know it.
That's
they're
separating.
desensitized.
Yeah, it's very desensitizing. Like, because that thing really will blow your head off.
Yeah,
like
they don't
do need
understand
to be
that,
treated with utter respect. Like, because they can be.
Yeah, they're terrifying.
They can be cool, just like a high horsepower car or anything, but they need to be treated with respect.
Yeah.
Because a car, you wrap that around a tree, that's just as bad. You drive down a highway with a car and you don't know what you're doing, you could do almost more damage.
So, do you have any questions for me?
Questions for you. What are your plans with this here outer
plans.
spaceship you got going on?
I'm trying to think of direct plans.
Do you do this full time? No.
Yeah, this is my hobby right now.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you have this as your hobby, because good
Eventually.
content and like the weekly, like the song, the podcast, like the playlist
yeah,
is really like utterly important. Like, because
that's how I started the whole thing, was based on the playlist, and that's what I probably will go out only doing, you know, like, eventually make hella money and just do the playlist and disappear.
Yeah. I mean, you can get somebody else to interview people.
Yeah, very true, very true.
Like, but I mean, just the pulse of having it on local and like the events and stuff like that is awesome. It's what it needs.
Yeah, because I keep uncovering more and more going on
You
here.
will.
More people, like
You will.
layers.
There's
like,
so much here. Like Raleigh is an untapped hub. Really, there's no labels here. There's no like, I mean, there are labels here. Don't get me wrong. There ain't labels here. Atlantic ain't here. Columbia ain't here. Sony ain't here. They're not. But like, it's just untapped. And really, I believe we're 13 to 15 years before Atlanta and like 30 years before LA. Like, I really feel like if you stick it out in Raleigh, we might not be the young guns coming up out of Raleigh. Like, I definitely won't be. I know that much. But we'll have made something. Like, we're making something here, and it's really like, it's cool. I will say the city needs more marketing, more A&Rs, more piano. Like, there's a ton of artists I feel like that are honestly better at business side than music. And I mean, why don't you go find somebody that you believe in and know something? Like, no, and then it goes back to knowing yourself. Like, am I good enough to be the artist, or do I? Because there's plenty of money to make on the back end, and you can, still make music the whole time. You never need to stop making music. But there's plenty of jobs, plenty of things you can do, like A&Rs, marketing managers, like graphic designers, outfit, like go for like, man, I'm drawing a blank now.
Yeah, there's a lot here that you definitely could.
I don't want to say her legal because that's what's coming to my name. What's her? What is it? Pop star.
Yes, I love her.
Goddamn. I was thinking of her regular name and I didn't want to blast her.
Shout out.
But yeah, shout out pop star. Like, doing more things towards I'm not making a video or I'm not making a song. I'm like creative directing. I'm helping with the outfits. I'm helping with the overall. Cause like, there's so much more to it. And as an artist, if you're not thinking about wardrobe styling, having some type of regularity to your look, your vibe, like everything, like we are showmen, entertainers. We are here. And if you want to just be rappers, that's cool, bro. I'll take your money. I'll record you. We can stay in the streets. I'm cool with it. Even the street rappers, you need to be marketable.
So thank you for allowing me to interview you and just giving advice and everything.
Thank you for having me. I enjoyed talking my talk, and you asked great questions, and you didn't put me on the spot too much with the names. I love it.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna.
I actually had a whole list, and I didn't look at it, but I should have. I love all my people, all of them.
But anybody watching, like, subscribe, comment. Go check out him. Check out his work. Go follow him on Instagram.
That shit sounds like Rob everywhere. You can also find me at Oak City Studio on everything. OakCityStudio.com if you want to book with me. And go check out Disgraced Weeklies.
Yeah.
All of her content. Yeah.
Thank you. And have a good night, everybody that's watching.
Thank you. Good night, Cleveland.
Love is the same. Blood is the same. Peace and love is the same. Stupid thought he for Chipotle. When it plotted on my rolling. Fucking 50, I got money for it. But fucking with me, I'ma run it for it. I run it like I run with force. I run it, get it, I don't play.